Can you hear me, Sage? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. See you later, Tenor. See you later, Huntsman. WB is in the chat. Good to see you, WB. How are you doing? Second in the chat. WB says, I can hear you. Thank you, WB. Now, once again, guys, I'm running late. So, unfortunately, I've just finished making my tea. I had no choice but to hop on stream eating my tea. And today, I'm going to eat it while it's hot. There will be no excessive talking. This is not going to take an hour to eat. I'm going to eat this now. Hello, Sage, who says, hi, Edward. Again, good to see you, Sage. How are you doing? And who else have we got in here? We've got Eddie in the chat. Good to see you, Eddie. How are you doing? Oh, and Sage says I was here before the live started because I was spam refreshing, and I was the first one for. Was the first for once. Awesome, Sage. Good work. And sorry for keeping you waiting. I would have been here sooner, but like I say, I was getting my tea ready. As you can see, it's still steaming. WB says miserable Monday. Hope this stream is better compared to the day. Fingers crossed, WB. Through the power of our collective energy, I hope we can raise the roof and take the energy levels to a different dimension. I've not been feeling too perky today. In fact, I've been feeling down in the dumps. Down in the dumps once more. So I'm hoping between us, guys, we can, as I say, bring the energy up, create a bit of a good vibe as per. And what more can I say? Let's kick it off. Yo, Dimitri, good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? And big love to everybody who has hit the like button. Much appreciated. Good to see you guys enter the space. Sorry I'm a little bit late, as usual. I'm not known for my punctuality, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have a good stream. Jimmy Jazz is in the chat and says, hi, Edward, what's for tea, love? Tonight, Jimmy Jazz, we are having some ramen noodles with some tempeh, some garlic and chili sauce on the noodles, which have some Sichuan peppercorns in, so it's a little bit numbing, a little bit, not spicy, it's like a little bit spicy, a little bit numbing. I don't know if you've ever had Sichuan peppercorns, but they've got like a unique, kind of like a numbing, tingling sensation, but it's good. I've got some greens as well, lots of greens in this bowl as well. Now, even though I think it's kind of fun to watch people eat, I try not to eat on the start of stream, just 'cause it takes me forever, because I don't want to miss the comments, and then I stop eating. But tonight I need to eat because I've been working out. I need my calories, guys. So I'm going to eat a few mouthfuls, and then we'll get back to the chat. Dimitri says, good. How about you? Dimitri, I was just telling the chat. Today I'm feeling flat. I'm not feeling perky. I'm not feeling too positive about life. However, it's another night, another stream, and I'm sure there are other people out there who are also not feeling too good. So between us, guys, I'm sure we can raise the energy up a little bit. What do you reckon? Kaylin's in the chat. Good to see you, Kaylin. And thank you, Eddie, for the message which we will right now. And big love, as always, to everybody who's hit the like button. You guys rock. Undo that. Hang on a minute. Oh, why is this not pinning? Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I need a break right now. Don't punish me, YouTube. Don't punish my chunk. There we go. Sage says, what did Sage say? She says, I feel like we've all had a trash Monday, TBH. Yeah, Mondays are not notorious for being the best day of the week. Some people are probably super happy when it's Monday, but I'm not one of those people. And yeah, I've not been loving life today, guys, and I hope you're doing okay. And like I just said before, between us, I'm sure we can raise the energy up a little bit. Now, I'm currently eating, well, I'm actually talking with my mouth full, but I'm currently eating some ramen noodles with some garlic and chili sauce, some tempeh, and some greens on the side as well. So if you're out there right now, shout out to you. I was just telling the chat that I'm not feeling too good today. Not physically. I always feel good physically, but mentally, It's not been a good day for me. I've been feeling low. My energy's depleted. I'm not, just not feeling the vibes, guys. So hopefully between us, like I say, we can raise the energy up a little bit. Shelley Harper, the lovely, kind Shelley Harper, is back in the chat and says, "Hi, lad. Good on you, lad. Get that nice food into you. Good man. Have a wonderful stream. God bless you. Good vibes. Good times. Give Edward a like button and a subscribe." Shelley Harper, it would be almost impossible to fit any more good energy into those words than you did right then. So, as always, huge hugs to Shelley Harper. Thank you so much. There's not been a single comment that Shelley's left which has been negative. It's always been lovely and positive, and she fits in right around here. She pops up maybe once a stream, and it's always with a super lovely comment. So huge hugs to Shelley Harper and everybody out there who's been a real one, who's been supportive, who's been friendly. Like I've told you before, this space is a space for all. And sometimes we have our down days. That's the reality of it. Sometimes we have our down days. It's not always about being super positive. Sometimes it's about saying, you know what, I don't feel great today. I don't feel great today. And these streams, this community is a place where we can share that with one another. My phone's on low battery. My friends are messaging me on WhatsApp, so it keeps popping up on the screen. And I'm not going to lie, it's getting on my nerves, guys. But the show must go on. The stream must stream on. And if I am missing your messages right now, please do bear with me. I've got a lot of food to get through, and I can't let it go cold. I did like a shoulder workout before. It was quite a long one. Not that long. It was like an hour-long workout. But what I'm saying is I need to get some food in me. All right. WB. So I recently did a poll. You may have seen it on my channel where I asked people. You can still vote in it. If you're out there and you've not voted, look on my channel. There is a poll. And I asked people, what do you want to see me eat in my next long-form video? The options were noodles, pasta, rice, something else. Now, WB went for noodles. And here I am eating noodles. Now, this is not the long-form video. But WB, these actually are the type of noodles I plan to eat in the long-form video. So, little sneak peek. Johnny Bayer says, "Hey, you look like Michael Jordan." Well, when you say Michael Jordan, it makes me think of the black American athlete. And I've definitely never been told I look like Michael Jordan before, if we're talking about the same Michael Jordan. That guy bro, 1554 says, "What you eating looks yummy, makes me go hungry." That guy bro, this is some ramen noodles with some garlic and chili sauce with some Sichuan peppercorns in there, so it's a little bit tingly. I've got some tempeh as well, which is like, I don't know if you guys have had tempeh before, but very high protein. It's like fermented soy. It's actually from Indonesia, very popular in Indonesia, which is where it comes from. And like I say, super high protein, really good for you. It's fermented. And I've got loads of greens on the side as well. So, pretty nice meal. And I've got some olive oil as well on top of the noodles, just for some extra virgin olive oil, just for some healthy fats as well. And shout out to you, Riot Code 2. Hopefully you're still here. Abhishek says, "Is that Korean?" This is not Korean. This is just like a dish of my own making, to be fair. The garlic and chili sauce is Chinese, I believe. And like I say, tempeh originates from Indonesia. And these are just some greens grown in Britain. So a nice little meal, if I say so myself. TTHH says, "Hello, I have sad news to say." I'm sorry, just hear that. Danny Merck says, "Hi, Eddie." Danny, my name is Edward, but hello to you. And Andy says, "What is that dish?" Well, hopefully you heard me say a minute ago what this is. Some noodles, garlic and chili sauce, some tempeh, and some greens on the side as well. Lots of greens. That's a long question, which I won't answer right now. Andy says, "That sounds nice. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that." And yes, TTHH, what is the sad news you have to share? Scrolling down. I'm scrolling at the speed of light. Hello to you, Olivia Cook. Nice to see you in the chat. Likewise, Glenn Hurry. Good to see you in the chat. Georgia Milligan is here. And YNZ is back with a capitalized BACK. Good to see you, YNZ. Hope you're doing well. All right, Music Enjoyer says the GOAT is live. Lovely to see you, Music Enjoyer. And shout out to Riley, who just subscribed to the channel. Riley, if you're out there, jump in the chat so I can give you another shout out. But W Riley, Music Enjoyer, we are just vibing today. I was actually telling the chat that I've been feeling not too good today. Mentally, not too good today. But we all have those days, right? That's just one of those things. That's how life is. I know there's other people out there who are probably having tough days as well. So if that's you, shout out to you. 87R B 87URB United says hello to you. A like button on this stream, real ones. Real Me says, bro, when Spider-Man releasing? Could not tell you. Zombie Queen though is in the chat and says much love and positivity to all. W Zombie Queen as per. And you know what, guys? It's one of those nights where I'm going to be shoveling food in my face. And if you don't like that, you need to talk to the manager. There is no manager. I am the manager. Now, tonight we're eating some ramen noodles with some spicy... Well, it's not spicy, like some garlic and chili sauce. Some tempeh over here. Got some spring greens. If you're new here, my name is Edward. I'm streaming from the north of England, and these streams are all about good vibes, hanging out, coming together from all over the world. Now, the reason why I do these streams is because I suffer... Not the only reason why I do these streams, but one of the main reasons I do these streams and try and make them as positive as possible is because I suffer with low mood, negative thoughts, depression, things like that. And when we're on stream together, I want these streams to be as positive as we can, which is why we want to make them as friendly as possible, as welcoming as possible. And I know there's other people out there in the world who are going through stuff as well, who are having tough times. So if that's you, shout out to yourself. Paul, I'm actually going to time you out, Paul, because my name's not Ted, and it's just rude to call someone a nickname like that. Normally, I wouldn't do that, guys. Normally, I would never just time someone out, but he knows my name's not Ted. There's no suggestion that my name's Ted. And it's just disrespectful, honestly. I don't mean to sound triggered, but let's say your name's like... I can't even think of an example right now. But it's just, I think it's just a bit cheeky, really, to abbreviate someone's name when you've never met them, never spoke to them before. Maybe I am triggered. I don't know. It's been a tough day, guys. Nox Sempiterno says, not quite sure I'm timed out. I'm not sure either. I think the mods have been doing mod things. YNZ says, can I call you Eddie? I would prefer Edward, but thank you for the question. And Kaylin has activated defense mode. Edward defense mode. That is a powerful state of consciousness for Kaylin. She is not to be messed with when she's in that mode, guys. Just telling you. Just warning you. Wow, that's a big bit of greens. That's just the type of animal you're dealing with. If you've just tuned into the stream, that's the type of nutter you're dealing with on this stream. Watch me. What else have we got? Real Me says, great hair system you have there, bro. Real Me, trying to be a funny guy. Have a little time out ski. It's not a hair system, but even if it was, so what? This isn't a hair system. But you know what? Shout out to all the men out there who are going bald, who are suffering with hair loss, receding hair. It happens to most men. So if that's you, don't even worry about it. My hair's receding, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. There's more to you than your hair. And, you know, I know for a fact that there's a lot of women out there who it doesn't bother at all. So listen, if you're tuning into this stream right now and you've got any type of body confidence issue, whether it's your looks, your weight, anything like that, does not matter. Don't let people drag you down. Concentrate on being the best version of yourself. And if you just tuned in and wondering, what is this guy rambling about? We just had someone in the comments that was trying to be a bit funny, trying to be a bit offensive and personal to me. And I was like, you know what? I don't wear a hair system, but even if I did, so what? It doesn't matter at all. These streams are all about good vibes, positivity, coming together from all over the world. So I don't care whether you're young, you're old, you're black, you're white, you're rich, you're poor. It doesn't matter. If you're here for a chill time, to hang out, make some friends, you're in the right place. Now, currently I'm eating some ramen noodles with some tempeh, and there's some garlic and chili sauce on the noodles. And I've also got loads of greens as well. So that's what I'm eating. I don't always eat on stream, but I'm under time pressure tonight, guys, and do my best to make it work. So if you're out there, make sure you hit subscribe to join the vibe. We recently surpassed 500 subscribers, and at 1,000 subscribers, if we make that one day, I'm going to have to think of something really cool to do for that. So yeah, hit subscribe, join the crew. And let's get back to the chat. YNZ is saying, can I call you Eddie? No, thank you, YNZ, but thank you for the question. Happy Pen says, I look for salad mukbang. Well, actually, funnily enough, we're going to do a salad mukbang at some point. As some of you guys know, healthy eating is really important to me. And I think mukbangs are cool, and I want to do some more eating videos for you. But I want to make sure that I'm doing like responsible ones. You know, I don't want to influence anybody into unhealthy habits like binge eating. But if you do a healthy mukbang and it's like a huge salad, but it's got like 800 calories in, it's no big deal. No big deal at all, friendos. So yeah, stay tuned. We've got some more long form videos that I'm looking forward to shooting and releasing. And actually, on my channel right now, there was the last post I did. If you're one of the 14 people watching, go check out the post on my channel. The question I asked was, for my next long form video, what do you guys want to see me eating? Noodles, rice, pasta, or something else? If it's something else, comment it below. I'd love to hear what your suggestions is. And someone actually did say a salad. Someone did say they wanted to see a big healthy salad. So who knows? If we get enough votes for the salad, it could be salad. But right now, just for the record, noodles are coming out on top for my next video. So I hope you'll join me for that. I'm looking forward to doing more long form videos. I love streaming. Streaming is my favorite type of content, if you will, because it allows me to connect with you guys in real time, check out the comments, see what people are saying, meet new people. But I definitely want to do more long form videos as well. So make sure you hit subscribe to join the vibe. And if you've just tuned in and you're thinking, what the hell is this guy eating? This is some ramen noodles with some garlic and chili sauce. I've got some tempeh on the side, and I've got loads of greens in there as well. I don't always eat on stream, but the truth of it is I'm out of time. I ran out of time. I did a workout. I made my tea. I was trying to coordinate with my friends because we're booking a holiday. So it's been a busy day, a busy old day. And it's actually not been a great day, to be honest with you. I've been feeling down in the dumps, feeling low, stressed out, to be honest with you. But you know what? That's just how life is. Sometimes we have those days, and these streams are all about positive vibes. So it's okay. You know how people say it's okay to not be okay. That really is true. And whilst I say these streams are always about being positive, the flip side of that is that when we all have days which aren't positive, I want people to be able to share that. You can put it in the chat, and the chat will support you. So if you're out there, if you're one of the 20 people watching the stream right now, firstly, hit subscribe to join the vibe, become part of the crew. We've got a great little community of people. But if you're out there, let me know how you're doing, and let me know where you're from as well. I love hearing where people are from. That was a good mouthful, that one. Music Enjoyer says, Edward, are you waiting for summer? I can tell you I am, because I'm still in school and it is tiring. We have 4 upcoming tests, and already had 3. Can't wait for vacation. So that's 7 tests in total. That's a lot of test action there, Music Enjoyer. But yes, I am looking forward to summer, but I'm going to be real with you. Summers aren't as special. When you're an adult and you have to work full time, and maybe you have to work in a job that's not your passion, summers aren't as special because you have to spend time working. Like when I was at school, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't that keen on school. I didn't really enjoy school. But I did like the long school holidays, and that's one of the advantages of school. So if you're at school, if you're watching this right now and you're at school, enjoy those long holidays. And shout out to everyone that's just joined the room right now. The question was, am I looking forward to summer? And the answer was, yes, I'm looking forward to summer. However, I was saying, when you're an adult and you've got a full-time job, summers aren't necessarily what they were when you're a young person. You know what I'm going to do? As we've got 23 people in the room right now, I'm going to skip to the bottom of the chat because I've missed loads of comments because I've been eating my food, which for the record, some ramen noodles, garlic and chili sauce, some tempeh, and loads of greens as well. But let me go to the bottom of the chat. And if you are out there, hit subscribe to join the vibe and jump in the chat so I can give you a shout out. With that being said, I'm going to shout out people who I haven't shouted out. Ronan is here, watching from the US of A. Good to see you, Ronan, as always. And Lindsay, nice to see you. And Cheeky Love Goddess, you as well. And you say, hi, Ed, kiss, kiss. Lovely to see you, Ms. Love Goddess. 87RB United says, hi again. Good to see you, 87. Have I missed anybody? Jaren, I think that's how you say your name. Jaren is back in the chat, or in the chat, should I say. Okay, I'm going to scroll up quickly to try and catch some comments. But if I've missed anybody's comments, please bear with me, as always. And Nitty Karaj says, "Hey, how are you? The food looks delicious." Well, Nitty Karaj, hope you're still here, and thank you. You know what? It's on us. It's the greens. The greens make things look particularly vibrant, and I have really enjoyed it. I must say, these are some ramen noodles, garlic and chili sauce, tempeh, and some greens as well. And to be honest with you, the people in the chat that have been here for more than 2 minutes are probably sick of me saying that because I've said that literally about 5 times in the last 5 minutes. But people want to know, and that's what I'm eating right now. And I'm torn between wanting to read all the comments out and eat my food. And tonight I'm quite hungry, so I've got to eat my food. Natasha Frost, if you're still here, she says, "You've got good hair." Natasha Frost, you got good energy. Thank you very much. And Manpreet Kaur, or Carr, I think that's how you say it. Well, Manpreet says, "Hi. Good to see you, Manpreet. I hope you're still here as well." And Aaron Levitsky, if you're still here, I hope you heard me answer the question, what am I eating? I'm actually making good progress. Sometimes when I eat on stream, because I try and read every comment out, I've had streams before where I started at the beginning of the stream with a bowl of food, and 50 minutes later, I was still finishing off the food. But tonight, we're making good progress. We're getting through the food. We're reading some comments out. We're making good progress. But all I would say is if you're out there and you've not hit subscribe already, hit subscribe to join the vibe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Well, to be fair, technically we're on the road to 600 subscribers, but we're on the road nonetheless. We are on the road. And if you want to join the journey and be a part of the community, which is very welcoming, friendly, and honestly will embrace you, regardless of who you are or where you come from. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're a psychopathic murderer, we won't embrace you too much. I'm just going to be real with you. We won't be embracing you. But if you're a person that's here for a chill time, to hang out, meet new friends, and just like I say, come for a positive experience, the internet can be less than positive sometimes. So we want these streams to always to be friendly, supportive, positive. So if you're here for that type of experience, you know what to do. Hit subscribe to join the vibe. And Knox, if you're still here, seems like you're having a little bit of a back and forth with people in the chat. But like people have said, we've only got two things that we don't talk about around here, and that's politics and religion. And the reason for that is because whilst there is important subjects to a lot of people, they're also quite divisive subjects. And we want this space to be as open and friendly and as welcoming to all. So we don't want there to be any barriers. I say it doesn't matter what your ethnic background is, what your religious background is, whether you're gay, whether you're trans, doesn't matter. If you're here for a chill time, you're in the right place. So that's why we don't talk about politics and religion. It's not to deny people an opinion or to censor people. It's just to keep the chat as open to as many people as possible. Happy Pen says, "I love to watch salad mukbang." Nice. I've actually never seen a salad mukbang, but we will do one soon because as you guys know, any of the regular viewers know, I love healthy eating, I love food, and I want to share that with you guys. So soon we will do a salad mukbang. But first, we've got another video coming, and that is me eating. Now, if you're one of the 17 people watching, I want you to go check out the last post on my page because I asked you a question. I said, hey guys, for my next long form video, what should I eat? Noodles, rice, pasta, or something else? So before this stream, I think 22 people had voted in that poll. So if you want to have a say and influence what I eat in the next long form video, go check that poll out. I really do want people to get involved and give me their thoughts because, listen, right, this is my channel, but it's, we're doing it together, and I don't want to put stuff out there that you guys don't want to see. I want it to be something that everybody can enjoy. Well, not everybody, because I mean, like, not everybody's going to like everything all at the same time, but I want to make it as enjoyable as possible for my regular community. And if you are out there and you're one of the 19 people watching this stream right now, hit subscribe to join the vibe, become part of the crew. We've got a great little community. As you can see, for a small channel, the comment section, the chat pops off. And that's not me, that's the power of the chat. So W to everyone out there who's getting chatty in the chat, bringing the energy. And just for the record, just to remind anybody, if you are in the chat, that means you are an honorary member of the Chatistani community. You are from Chatistan. And I welcome all of my Chatistani friends, so shout out to you all. Oh, and just for the record, it's the Democratic Republic of Chatistan. So if you are in the chat right now, you are from the Democratic Republic of Chatistan. And in order to secure citizenship, you need to hit the subscribe button. So to become a full-time citizen of the Democratic Republic of Chattistan, hit subscribe to join the vibe. All right. Proxy Domain says, shut up your fantasy world. Well, you know what, Proxy? I think you can have a little bit of a conversation with yourself about that one in the timeout section. See ya. Have I missed anybody? Stevie England says, can you make a video about the ghosts of Chernobyl? Well, you know what? If you want information about Chernobyl, you would best be talking to Eddie. He is our nuclear power plant and general nuclear disaster specialist. So, Eddie, if you're in the chat, let Stevie England know that you're looking to, that Stevie wants a video on the ghosts of Chernobyl. And the Brookster. The lovely Brooke from Utah in the US of A is in the chat. How are you doing, Brooke? Always an absolute pleasure. With a capital P. FNXOXO says, hi, hello to you, FN. Good to see you. And as always, W to everybody who's left a like on this stream. Much appreciated. Hylas Claudia just says, I have a guitar. Me too, Hylas. Me too. Two of us have guitars. Memi Look says, can Ho do ASMR? I guess you're asking, can I do ASMR? Resilient says, your favourite Amitabh Bachchan film? I could not tell you. I've never seen the films of Amitabh Bachchan. And Knox is being understanding about the two rules we have, which is we don't talk about politics and we don't talk about religion. So thank you, Knox, for being understanding. And hello to you, Rob. Good to see the Robster in the chat. Now, I'm sure you guys know already, but Rob is a small but superstar creator on this platform as well. And he's been going from strength to strength. So make sure you go check out Rob's channel, Depression Talk, as well. You know what's annoying, Rob, is that every time I go and try and check out your channel, I have to type in Depression Talk into the search bar, and then I have to filter it by channel. When I search Depression Talk, it doesn't come up with your channel, so I literally have to do it that way. Maybe there's a shortcut you can teach me, but yeah, that's what I have to do when I go looking for your channel. Sage says, I know it says to keep things PG, but please, Edward, please get this, please something, sort this spot of chat and effing help out, please. Sage, if you let me know what the problem is again, I will, yeah, I'm trying to catch up, Sage, but it's really difficult to kind of keep up with the chat activities. Okay. Struggling to catch up. So, Sage, if you let me know again what the problem is, I would be very grateful and I will do my best to help. But I would appreciate, as always, if you guys play nice in the chat. You guys are normally super good at being friendly and support to one another. So I hope, even when I'm distracted by my noodles, I hope you can maintain that energy. Shane Legs enters with a great comment in the chat. Simply salutations. Shane, shout out to you. I believe it's the first time I've seen you here. And what a pleasant way to make an entrance. W. Shane. Good to see you. Now, Brooke. Lovely Brooke from Utah, US of A. If you're watching, Brooke, now I know you're probably not a vegan yourself, but I would love to know, what is your favourite vegetable, Brooke? I might have actually asked this in the Discord already, but if you've not answered, I think you did answer this actually. So maybe I'll ask you, what is your favourite plant-based dish? If that's not an annoying question for you. If you don't have a favourite plant-based dish, what's your favourite vegetable? Or fruit, actually. We've been asked this one in the chat before, and it's a good one. I have shared that I love strawberries, one of my absolute favourites, when they're good. And watermelon as well. On a hot summer's day, a good piece of watermelon, or pieces of watermelon, like a deep flavour. Oof, super good. Nearly finished with the food. Amazing. Sage is nearly crying. Brooke says, Edward, what's going on here? I don't know. Sage and Kaylin, what's happening? Kaylin, what? Yeah, thank you, everybody, for supporting Kaylin. It's appreciated. Shane says, greeting from the Philippines. Shane, thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to connect with people from all over the world. In fact, one of my favourite things is connecting with people from all over this little planet that we share together. And we've had one or two people from the Philippines, Shane, but not many. And I love the fact that you are thousands of miles, literally thousands of miles away right now in the Philippines. And here I am in little old England. But we are connecting through the power of the YouTubes, through the power of the chat. So W Shane and W everybody that's out there, much love to you all. And you know what? For real, if you are watching this stream right now, I would love to know where you're from. My name, if you watch for the first time, my name's Edward, as you may have guessed, and I'm in the north of England. And in the chat right now, we've got people from America, in Germany, in the Philippines. So literally people from all over the globe. So if you're out there, hit subscribe to join the vibe and jump in the chat and say hey, because I would love to give you a shout out. McCluskey says, Now McCluskey, this is possibly your first time in the chat, McCluskey. So whenever someone jumps in the chat for the first time and it's a negative comment or a troll comment or a hate comment, I like to give them another chance. I'm hoping, McCluskey, I'm praying, in fact, that your next contribution to the chat will be a friendly one, a supportive one, a welcoming one. Let's see, McCluskey. Let's see how you do. 56510 says, do you ever attend the Vegan Camp Out Festival? Yes, indeed, I do. I've not been since the year before last, but I'm planning to go this year, actually. I've not bought my ticket, but I really want to go. How about you, 56510? I think that was what your name was, 56510. Are you planning to go to the Vegan Camp Out this year? And thank you so much to Eddie, who is sharing a support line number with Kaylin. Thank you, honestly, genuinely, to everyone in the chat who is being supportive to Kaylin, because that's what it's about. Literally, when we're not feeling too good, it's about being supportive to one another. Yeah, when the good times are good, we're going to back one another and let the good times roll. But sometimes we have our down days, and honestly, I've been having a down day today. Not as bad as Kaylin from the sounds of it, but it's not been a great one. However, it's good to be on stream with you guys, and I genuinely do appreciate everybody in the chat, maintaining the vibe, keeping it friendly, supportive and respectful. Big up to you all, for real. And if you're one of the 23 people watching right now and you're thinking, who is this guy? What's he going on about? Well, these streams are all about good vibes, positivity, and coming together from all over the world. My name is Edward. I'm here in the north of England, and like I said before, just a few moments ago, we've got people on the stream right now from literally all over the world. So if you're out there, firstly, hit subscribe to join the crew. And secondly, jump in the chat and share with me where you're from, because I would love to give you a shout out. We've got, speaking of where people are from, we've got 56510, who is from the Midlands. W Midlands. Are we talking East Midlands or West Midlands? You don't need to be too specific with your location if you don't want to, but if you want to share East or West, I'd be interested to hear. Oh, and speaking of where people are from, Happy Pen says, I'm from India and it's 1:13 a.m. right now. Thank you for sharing, Happy Pen. I genuinely love hearing that, like where people are from. And we do have quite a few Indian viewers, actually. After the UK, I would say India is the country where we have the most viewers from this channel. And one day, I would love to do an IRL stream in India. I think that'd be really fun. Maybe somewhere like New Delhi. The only reason for that is because there's a few people in the chat that watch from New Delhi, and I know someone who's from New Delhi outside of YouTube, and yeah, I don't know, it's a big city, right? It could be cool, it could be fun. So yeah, one day. But thank you for sharing, Happy Pen, and I hope you've had a good day and hope you're relaxing. Logan is in the chat. Good to see you, Logan. Kaylin says, no, Edward is getting stressed because of me and I don't want to ruin the vibe. Don't worry, Kaylin, I'm only stressed because it makes me feel a little bit anxious that you're feeling so desperate. And what I would say, Kaylin, is if you're feeling that desperate, you really need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to an adult. I think I've said to people before in the chat, an adult you can trust, whether that's a parent, a relative, a teacher, a guardian, someone who is a trusted adult in your life. So don't worry, Kaylin. I'm not cross with you. I'm not stressed out with you or anything like that. I just want to make sure that you're okay. And I genuinely do appreciate everybody in the chat who's looking out for Kaylin during a difficult time. And thank you, Rob, as well, for being supportive. It's much appreciated. Jazz says, just towing a vehicle that was burnt in a house fire. It's extra crispy. Oh my gosh. So Jazz is our Canadian tow truck queen who literally drives a tow truck in Canada. That's not just a nickname for the sake of it. She literally lives in Saskatchewan province in Canada and drives a tow truck. So this is what I mean. This is what I love about YouTube, connecting with people from all over the world who have different backgrounds, different stories. Some people watch the stream when they're at school, not like during school time, hopefully, but they're people who are still at school. Some people are out there in the world working. Some people are at university. So there's a whole range of people that tune into the channels. So yeah, it's always cool to get to know people on a personal level. And like WB says, just please, Kaylin, don't do anything stupid. 100% Kaylin, you've got to talk to someone about how you're feeling. That is my absolute. And I know you're very protective of me, Kaylin, but I feel protective of you, and I want you to talk to somebody. We're here for you. The chat is here for you. People like Rob and myself and other adults are here for you. But it's really important. If you're feeling down, really down, it's really important that you talk to somebody. Extremely important. So please, Kaylin, do that. If not for yourself, do it for me. Do it for little EdwardCares. That's right. Turning the emotional corkscrews to get Kaylin to seek help. But you know what? Sometimes seeking help and reaching out is difficult, and it takes a little bit. 1% battery. Literally 1% battery. Okay, we're back in the game. We are back in the room, back in the game chat. I was nearly thwarted by the powers of low battery, but we're back in the room. Foxy says, sorry I'm late, been having smoke alarm issues. Well, funnily enough, Foxy, we just had Jazz in the chat who says she's towing a vehicle which has been burnt to a crisp in Canada. So sounds like there's 2 people out there suffering with fire damage. Archie Sheehan says, have you been to an English football game? Yes, I have. I've been to a few English football games. I support Everton, so I've been to see Everton play before. Actually, that's the main team. I know, obviously, I've seen Everton play various people, but yeah, I have definitely. And 56510, their real name is Anna. I believe that's what you're saying. Well, shout out to you, Anna. Thank you for sharing. And Seb is from Austria. Thank you for sharing, Sebi. Or was that Seb or was that Sebi? Let me scroll up. Sebi, sorry. You say, I'm from Austria. Thank you for sharing, Sebi. It's always cool to hear where people are from, and nice to see you in the chat. And Malia says, you already know I'm from Pakistan, but just wanted to put it in the chat. Well, Malia, did you hear me previously telling people, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but I've informed people that anyone watching the stream is an honorary member of the Republic of Chattistan. So everybody in the chat section is Chattistani. So that means, Malia, you are Pakistani and Chattistani. Have I missed anybody? And Brooke, you've probably left by now, but I hope you're okay, Brooke. Hope you're doing okay. And thank you, Eddie. A massive shout out to Eddie, aka Edward number 2, aka Everything It's Not, who is leaving support numbers for Kaylin. What an absolute, genuinely, what a credit to you. Eddie, you can tell your parents I said this, or whoever your family is, you can tell your parents that I said that you're an absolute credit to them, because you are. You're in a YouTube stream, and instead of a YouTube chat, and instead of trolling someone or being mean to someone, you're literally leaving support line numbers for someone who's going through a tough time. So massive shout out to you, Eddie. That is a big testament to your character. So good on you, my friend. Okay, and Brahm, if you're still here, says, brother, need your help. Haven't been in a real relationship and almost hitting the big 24. I'm so desperate for love, but at the same time, fed up of trying again and again. Now, Brahm, let me know if you're still here. If you are still here, I will give you an answer to that question because it's or your situation, because it's a really good one. So, Brahm, comment again in the chat if you were out there, and I will give you some support and some insight from my point of view, because it's something that I can relate to, mate. So, if you're still out there, Brahm, put in the chat. The Mike Sparrow says, are you British like me? Yes, indeed, the Mike Sparrow. I'm English, to be precise. Nice to see you in the chat. HG is here as well and says, how are you? HG, I'm doing all right. But we've had a couple of people in the chat who are, excuse me, who are suffering right now, who are suffering. So the chat has been very good in supporting one another. So shout out to the chat. And yeah, big up to everybody that's been supportive. That's all I can say right now. Dougie C2K says, hi, you're so handsome. Well, Dougie, you're very complimentary, and I like that. And I think you'll fit in around here just fine. Now, just for the record, Dougie C2K is not a bot. Dougie C2K is not a bot I've deployed to say, aren't I handsome? Dougie, I'm hoping, is a real person. Maybe Dougie is a bot. How cruel would that be if the forces of evil out there were giving me a false sense of confidence by deploying bots to tell me I'm handsome? I pray that Dougie is Dougie. I pray that Dougie is real. But thank you, Dougie. It's good to see you in the chat. Excuse me, guys. Now, Brahm is still here. Now, the original comment from Brahm a few minutes ago was, brother, need your help. Haven't been in a real relationship and almost hitting the big 24. I'm so desperate for love, but at the same time, fed up of trying again and again. Well, you know what, Brahm? Let me keep it 100% real with you. I can relate to you. Do you know why? Because I'm older than you. I'm over 30, and I've had one relationship in my life. I've had one girlfriend in my life. And, actually, when I got my first girlfriend, it was when I was 23. So you're nearly 24, and I was 23. We were both 23. I was 23 when I met my first girlfriend. You're approaching 24, and you've never had a relationship. But what I would say to you is, Brahm, sorry. What I would say to you for real is that in order to make yourself in a better position to meet the partner you want to meet, you have to be a good version of yourself. So that doesn't mean being perfect. Nobody's perfect, but it means you have to be putting energy into trying to improve your situation, trying to improve your life. How are you trying to improve yourself? How are you trying to make yourself an attractive proposition to a potential partner? Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not doing an Andrew Tate thing where you have to like have a watch. You got to have a big watch and $50 million. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like, are you making an effort to go and socialize? Are you working out regularly? Are you taking care of your appearance? Are you grooming yourself? If you've got facial hair, is your facial hair trimmed? Are you exercising? Are you dressing well? Are your clothes clean? Are you trying to improve in areas which you struggle with? Are you shy around women? If it maybe it's I assume it's a woman you want to meet. Maybe it's a guy, but I don't know. Are you shy around women? Are you lacking in confidence? You need to identify why it is that you're struggling to meet the partner who you want to meet. And honestly, I'm in exactly the same position. Like I said, I've had one girlfriend who I'm still on good terms with now. Like I'm still good friends with her. Me and her are friends, which is really nice. But it's been years. It's been literally years and years inside a girlfriend. And honestly, that pains me. Just to be perfectly honest with you, like wouldn't necessarily like to expose myself on the internet like this, but just keeping it 100% with you, it pains me a lot. It pains me a lot because I've got a lot of love to give. I would love to have someone special in my life, and I don't. And how do you get through the days, like every single day, knowing that what your heart desires, you're not achieving, you're not finding it? Like, I'm not poor, but I'm definitely not rich. Excuse me, but I'm not poor. Like I'm fine in terms of money. I'm okay, but I've not got love in my life. Do you know what I mean? I've got my parents. That's lovely, but my heart desires beyond anything to meet a girlfriend, to meet a partner, to meet a romantic partner who could be a long-term partner. Do you know what I'm saying? And that pains me, Brahm. If you're still watching, Brahm, that pains me every day, for real. Just being completely honest with the chat right now, that causes me pain. And a lot of men wouldn't, I'm not saying, oh, I'm some great guy, but a lot of men wouldn't be honest about that. But the truth is that causes me a lot of distress. And it's how do you focus on turning that distress into action? How do you try and solve your situation? And honestly, even though I'm giving you advice, I've not figured it out. I'm giving you advice, but I've not figured it out. But what I am trying to do is stay on top of things that I can control. Stay on top of like my exercise, being in good physical shape, or trying to work towards being in good physical shape. Like making sure, let's say, that I'm groomed. Like there's been loads of times in the past, right, where I've not been groomed properly. Like I've had scruffy facial hair. Maybe my hair's not been washed, and that doesn't send a good message. So, Bram, what I would say is, mate, is keep improving yourself. Keep improving yourself. And that doesn't mean like necessarily get rich. It just means like be the type of person that the partner you want would want to meet. If you're, be funny, like don't practice jokes, but like work on your conversational skills, grow in confidence. And the way to grow in confidence is through doing things. Like if you say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week and I'm going to do that for 3 months, and you do that and you stick to it more or less, at the end of that 3 months, you're going to have more confidence and you're going to be in better physical shape. So that was a long answer, Bram. And if you want to know anything else, I will share my thoughts with you. But I'm going to get back to the chat, but I hope, Bram, that helped in some way. Mo Yuko says Mingala Bar. Now, is that a place or am I being trolled? And Foxy says the big 24, try the big 40. Yeah. Yeah, Foxy is in the Foxy fan club is in the 40 plus club. All right, I'm scrolling at the speed of light, and Rob, like Rob said, be the best that you can be. Good advice from Rob. Logan Creed says you care. Yes, Logan. I don't know if you're still here because I went on a long ramble, but yes, I do care. And Arthur says, "Hey Edward, how are you?" Arthur, I'm doing okay, my friend. I've had not a great day today. I've been down in the dumps, but as usual, the chat has cheered me up. Just being here, like I was saying to Brahm a second ago, this is one of those things that gives me confidence because I am someone that struggles with motivation, struggle with staying consistent at things in life, and actually being on these streams with you guys on a regular basis, it's been good for my motivation and good for my confidence as well. Zara says, "What do you say about loyalty?" I'm not sure what that means, Zara. I'm not sure what that means. And see you soon, Malia. You've probably gone. And Brooke says, "Oh, Edward, devil horns face." I don't know if Brooke's still here, but I was just a minute ago, chat. I was just like, you know what, guys? I've not got a girlfriend, and it pains me every day. It's one of the things that causes me the most distress. And Brooke was like, "Oh, Edward, devil horns," but it was a typo, so I let her off. Oh, and Arthur, being very friendly, says, "Hope you encounter someone that loves you for who you are." Exactly, Arthur. That's what you've got to look for, right? Oh, okay. And Foxy, so for all you younger guys out there, Foxy says, "Learn DIY, mate. Life hack. Women love it. I'm telling you, young lads, just a few skills will get you a partner." Interesting ones, Foxy. That is interesting. Maybe that's why I'm single, because I'm terrible at DIY. Vegan Corey's in the chat says, "The Mexican girl I date this year, I broke up with her because she doesn't want to go vegan. She wants to continue to pay for the exploitation of innocent animals." Well, you know what, Corey? Having your boundaries is perfectly okay. And if you just joined the room, we're talking about love, people's lack of love, my lack of love. Vegan Corey in the chat just says he broke up with the girl he was seeing because she doesn't want to go vegan. But as Brooke says, the lovely Brooke says, keep going no matter what. For real, keep going. And Muffle Moose, I'd appreciate if you keep the chat kind and friendly and respectful. And Brahm says, "Thank you so much, brother. I feel really good that there are people out there ready to expose their own vulnerabilities just to make others feel better. God bless you and may you succeed in all your ventures." Brahm, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the kind words. And like I said to people before, doing these streams is one of the things that gives me confidence, right? It helps me build a sense of self-worth because I'm not just saying it. That's one of the, as we're talking about airing our emotions out and all the rest of it, one of the things I struggle with in my life is self-worth, self-confidence, self-worth. Even though I'm on this stream right now being like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" and chatting all the rest of it, that's something I really struggle with. And that's been the biggest battle in my life, being honest with you. Some people face poverty, like, financial poverty. Other people have physical health problems. For me, it's been like mental health. It's been mental health, low self-esteem, low confidence. And even now, that's something I really struggle with. And that's probably why I've not met the woman that I want to meet, is because one of the things, listen, I'm not some sort of ladies expert. So women, if there are any women in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But time after time after time, when women report the things that they like in a guy, it's not like a flashy house or a big car or money. It's none of those things. It's things like a sense of humor and confidence. And if you've not got confidence, it's very people will be friendly with you, but they won't see you as anything more. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Arrogance is not the same as confidence. And romantically, women love a guy who's confident, like confident in himself, confident in his own skin, confident in who he is, what he wants, and that is a very appealing characteristic. But the thing is, with confidence, you can't always fake it. You can't always just like pretend to be something you're not. And if you don't feel confident, it's difficult to project that. It really is. You can do it for a little bit, but then the cracks appear, and just the real you comes through. So anyway, that's a bit of a ramble, guys. Hopefully not too much information. My Nothing Really says, "Hi, Edward Care. You missed the S on the end, but hello to you, My Nothing Really." Have I missed anybody? Probably. Oh, Zara said, "What are you talking about? What's the topic?" So right now we've been talking about our feelings, to be perfectly honest with you. My feelings, Brahm's feelings, feelings in general. And Fox says, "Learn DIY, Edward. They'll be queuing around the block, mate." You know what, Foxy? I might have to get the toolbox out after this stream. If you've just joined the room, we're actually talking about our emotions and things like lack of confidence, struggling with self-esteem, things like that. And Foxy in the chat says, learn DIY, Edward. The women will be queuing around the block, mate. Good to know. I try and give you guys advice, but it's always appreciated when you guys give me advice as well. So shout out to Foxy and shout out to everybody in the chat who's been positive and supportive. That's what these streams are about. If you've tuned in for the first time, these streams are chill spaces. We welcome everybody. Doesn't matter what your background is. If you're here for a good time to hang out, make friends, you're in the right place. And as you can see from the chat, for a small channel, we've got a great community of people who keep it really busy. So I'd love you to join the crew. So hit subscribe to join the vibe. And if you are out there and you've never said hello before, jump in the chat and say hello. I would love to give you a shout out. Robin, the lovely Robin, is in the chat, but she's not having a good day either. She says she's not doing well. My friends are being pretty bad. So Kaylin's having a tough time. I'm having a tough time. Robin's having a tough time. Brown's having a tough time. So right now, guys, these streams, like I say, they're always positive, but sometimes we all have our moments, don't we? We all have our days, and that's what these streams are about. If you're feeling down, this stream is a place where you can say what you think, and people aren't going to make fun of you. I will personally ensure that. There's only 2 rules we have around here. We don't talk about politics or religion, and the reason for that is we want to keep these streams as open, as friendly, as welcoming as possible. And those subjects can be a little bit divisive, but beyond that, we encourage conversation, jokes, supporting one another. That's what it's all about. NXM says, you seem like you like brunch and high tea. You've got me. I do like both brunch and high tea. And going back to Foxy's comment about DIY, it seems that Brooke, her buttons can be pushed with a spot of DIY. So good to know. I will have to think about how to entice some ladies with my... I was going to say Spanish skills, but that sounds really bad, to be fair. I'm not trying to innuendo like that. But someone earlier on, Foxy in the chat, was saying that women really like DIY. So I was saying, you know what, Foxy? Might be time for me to brush up on some DIY. And Spaz Chariot, who is presumably a woman, says hello, and DIY does not help. Winky face. Good to see you, Spaz Chariot. What a username. Ooh, and Jazz says, I could teach you how to drive a tow truck if you want. Jazz, you know how to talk to a man. Thing is, if a man said that, like, I could teach you how to drive a tow truck, everyone would be like, you absolute freak. Don't talk to a woman like that. But it's all right because Jazz is a lady, so she gets a pass. And Assis is back in the chat. Good to see you, Assis. Foxy says, DeWalt tools in particular, they are bright yellow, and women are like moths to a flame with those tools. Foxy, you're teaching me also. I feel like you're my big brother, and you're teaching me the ways of the world right now. And Minato says, audio is better today. I'm pleased to hear that, Minato. I'm very pleased to hear that. Great to see. And shout out to all of the 21 people watching the stream right now. For real, if you've not hit subscribe, you know what to do. Hit subscribe to join the vibe. And what I would say, we've got 14 people watching the stream and only 24 likes. What's occurring, guys? We've got to pump our way up to 30. Minimum. HG says, quick like because I forget. WHG as usual. Eddie says, Edward, ignore my swearing back at the sad section of chat. Don't worry, Eddie. I actually missed that swearing, so you get a pass from me, my friend. Cheeky Love Goddess says, no DIY for me. Cheeky Love Goddess, as you are a lady, and we're talking about, well, not just about ladies, but we're talking about love, we're talking about feelings, we're talking about all of that type of stuff. Now, Cheeky Love Goddess, before we're talking about things that women like, and I would love to know, as you are a woman, what is it that, if you like men, that is, if you don't mind sharing, what is it that you find attractive in a man? Is it confidence? Is it a sense of humour? Is it something else? And shout out as well to everybody that just hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. 27 likes. Let's go. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. But in general, Malia, I will scroll up on this occasion. But in general, please put your message twice in the chat. Okay, and Malia says, Edward, if you want to say, I want to eat in Urdu, you say, Mekana Kasua. Mekana Kasua. That's probably a terrible pronunciation. I've probably said, like, I want to buy your horse in Swahili or something based on the way I said it. But thank you, Malia, for the Urdu lesson as usual. Okay, scrolling down. Scrolling. And WB says, hello, WB. YNZ says, did I get timeout because of emojis or saying, can I call you Eddie? I'm not sure. That would be a question for the moderators. But it may because you were spamming, can I call you Eddie? I don't know. I didn't time you out myself, YNZ, but you definitely asked a few times, and I answered, no, please don't call me Eddie. And you kept asking. So maybe the mods were just being defensive. And Monsieur Fungisi is back in the chat and says, Edward, what's good, fan? Monsieur, good to see you back in the chat once more. And the Foxy is passing on free knowledge and he will not charge for it. Shout out to you, Foxy. Okay. Brooke says, ooh, okay, so we were asking about what ladies like. And Brooke says, who is one of our ladies in the chat, she says, I love a sense of want of adventure and humour. So a sense of adventure and humour. Like, for real, honestly, like, I cannot speak for women. I really can't. I'm not trying to claim to. But when I've seen, like, articles with women or I've asked, like, female friends, but as I say, particularly, like, online polls and stuff like that, what do women like? And a sense of humour, I'm pretty sure, is usually, like, the top one. Like, consistently. Like, around the world, it's not just, like, a European thing or an American thing. Like, women love a guy who can make them laugh. So, yeah. That's what I've heard. Again, I'm not some love god, some women expert, woman expert, women expert. I don't know. Malia says, I'm having a bad day today, but you just made it a bit better. Well, Malia, I'm genuinely pleased to hear that because I've not been having a good day. But the fact that you're feeling a little better from this stream is music to my ears. So thank you very much. YNZ says, Edward, can you say apple? There you go, YNZ. There you go. Harry Law _ YouTube says, hi, good to see you, Harry Law. How are you doing? Oh, okay, so talking more about what women like in a person. Now, Brooke, it was a sense of adventure and a sense of humour. And Cheeky Love Goddess says, thoughtful and respectful person with a kind and caring nature. Someone who values compassion, connection, and the importance of treating others well. Thank you for the insight, Miss Love Goddess. Interesting. And this is the thing, like, see, we've had 2 women answer the question. And if you were to ask men, what do women like? Some men might be like, oh, like money, success, like status. Whereas the women that have answered in the chat, they've said like a sense of humour, a love of adventure, being kind, caring, thoughtful. So literally not what a lot of like manosphere men promote online. For real. So thank you to all the ladies in the chat who've given us some insight. Ayush Ray says 5'9" is short for men. No, don't worry about Ayush Ray. That is a fine height. And it depends where you're from in the world as well, because in Vietnam, you'd be tall. But 5'9", listen, 5'9", don't get me wrong, 5'9" in Holland would be short. But that's because they're massive in Holland. But in a place like America, standard, average, no problems at all. And definitely not too short to have... Like, don't get me wrong, if you're a 5-foot guy, it's going to be harder for you to meet women. It is. That's just a fact. And that's no disrespect to anyone who's 5 foot or a short guy who's like 5'2". But it's true. It's like, it's just a true fact of life. It's like if you're a woman who's 6'6", you're also going to find it hard to meet guys because that's just how it works. And again, no hate towards the taller ladies out there. YNZ says, I wish I had a brother like you. Well, you know what, YNZ? I'm glad to hear you say that. And I do try to be a positive influence. And I'm not perfect, absolutely not perfect, but I want to be a positive influence in people's lives. HG says, I'm off. Bye. See you later, HG. Always a pleasure. And see you later, Malia. Take care, and you have a good day as well, my dear. Cat Lego says, man, I can't rizz up women. Any tips? And why don't approach men? It's 2026. Interesting question. To be honest with you, Cat Lego, I've talked to female friends before about, would you approach a guy? Would you ask a guy out? And some of them say like, oh yeah, I would. But the reality is, most women wouldn't. Most women wouldn't ask a guy out. And that's because both men and women fear rejection. Nobody wants to be rejected. And there's still the kind of like societal standard that men do the chasing and women are the chased. But from a man's perspective, if a woman was to ask me out, not that it's ever happened, but I would respect that. I would honestly respect the courage, the confidence. But in terms of why can't I rizz up women, any tips? Well, we've been talking to women in the chat about what they look for in a guy, and again, I'm not like a ladies expert, but what I would say is if you can make women laugh, then that's a really good start. If you think about a great example of that is Pete Davidson. Now, I personally don't think Pete Davidson is a particularly good-looking man. I'm not saying he's bad-looking. I'm not saying I'm better looking than him. I'm not saying that at all. But I think he's just an average-looking guy, Pete Davidson. But if you look at the women he's had as partners, he's had some very beautiful partners, very beautiful, high status, if you will, partners, and that's because he's a funny guy. That can be the only reason. That could be the only reason Pete Davidson is so successful with women, because it's not that he's richer than any of the billionaires. It's not that he's better looking than any of like the other actors or the model. It's because he's funny, and women love guys that are funny. So, like I said, I'm not an expert on women, far from it, but I do know that women love it when you make them laugh. Oh, and Cheeky Love Goddess has given my confidence a little boost. I was asking her about things that she looked for in men, someone kind, caring, thoughtful, and she actually said, simply, someone like you, Edward, with 2 kisses. Yeah, that chat, not just 1 kiss, 2. That means I'm in there with the Cheeky Love Goddess. But humour aside, thank you so much, Cheeky Love Goddess. It's much appreciated. And you know what? Like I've said to you guys in the chat before, one compliment can really make a difference to someone. It can change the course of the day. If you say something mean to someone, that can make them feel negative and lacking confidence or down in the dumps all day. And likewise, if you give someone a compliment, you're like, oh, hey, I like your jacket, or oh, you look nice today, or I like how you've done your hair, that can make a big difference to how someone feels. So, W Cheeky Love Goddess for the kind words, and W to everybody being supportive and positive. People like Zombie Queen, who says, please everyone, show your love for our amazing Edward, smash that thumb button and sub if you haven't already. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly, Zombie Queen. Much love. Much love to you. That's what I'm talking about. This is why the chat makes me feel better, because we try and keep the atmosphere positive, friendly, supportive. And when we do that, it's a two-way street. I try and support you guys, and then you guys show it back. And it's just like instead of a negative cycle, it's a positive cycle. And Foxy says, in terms of, again, being good with ladies, work out as well. Definitely. Like, I always talk to my female friends. I have a lot of women friends, and I'm always kind of interested to pick their brains about stuff. And they've said that, like muscles on a guy, again, not actually that important to them, but a guy that's, like, in shape, looks after himself, it sends a message, you know? It just sends a message that you take care of yourself. And working out and being in good physical shape is one of the ways that you can do that. So, good advice from Foxy. YNZ says, guess my gender. One sec. I had something in my teeth for absolutely ages and I had to get it out. YNZ, I do not know what your gender is. You asked me to guess where you were from the other day. You said guess 10 times where I'm from, and I'll tell you, but you never did tell us, and I'm not sure what your gender is either. Have I missed anybody? Oh, nice. And Foxy has had more success with myself than women, because a woman has asked Foxy out before. Now, Foxy, did you go on a date with the lady in question? Did you take her up on the offer? I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I am jealous. You know what, Foxy? You're banned. You're in timeout. Permanent timeout for upstaging me. Scrolling. Foxy says only 1 like. Listen, Foxy, that's more than 1 more than most people. Oh, and Zombie Queen says, I'm grateful Edward is a part of my fam. I'm honoured. So much love. Positivity, respect to my brother. You don't have to be blood related to consider someone your family. Zombie Queen, I'm sending you, not just saying it, a massive hug. A hug of epic proportions. Every single person that jumps in this chat and is positive, friendly, supportive, W to you all. Absolute legends. Carpenter says, are you British? Yes, indeed. I'm actually from England, to be precise. Cat Logo says, well, what if I'm funny looking? And not really funny guy, does that count? Well, you know what, Cat Logo? What I would say is, again, I'm not an expert, but what I would say is don't try and be something that you're not. So if you're like a laid back person and you're not really the funny guy, you're just like someone that just does their own thing, that's okay. But what I would say is everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Some people are a good listener. Some people are funny. Some people are confident and charismatic. Whatever you're good at, try and work out what you're good at. Some people are like nerdy in a quiet way, but they're passionate. They're passionate about something. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, women. Women love guys that are passionate about stuff, that have interests, that have hobbies. That that there's an expression: be interested and interesting. I tell you something, right? My friends keep popping up on WhatsApp, and it's doing my head in. Really doing my head in. And I know if I go off the stream and try and mute WhatsApp, it's gonna like wreck the stream. So I've just got to suffer with it. But yeah, like I said, find out what your strengths are, and be better. Be a better version of yourself, and be interested and interesting. Women love it when you listen to them, not just for the sake of it. When you actually listen to what they're saying, when you actually listen to their problems, you sympathise with them, you try and offer some support. Women love that. And if you've just tuned into the stream, I'm not a relationship or love expert, far from it. But we're talking about what characteristics or what qualities people look for in a partner. So we're all sharing information about that. And Brooke likes a guy who works out. Now the devil horn face is back in the chat. So Brooke likes a guy who takes care of himself. Okay. B Person, who is one of our most literary chat members, says, "So, phew, return the comment recommendation. The Perfect Son must say it was so-so. Don't know, Edward. Have you thought about another book recommendation? It's okay if you don't have them right away." You know what, B Person? I will come back to you on that one because I need to do some more reading myself. Actually, The Art of War by Sun Tzu is an interesting book. It's not really like a novel per se, but it's a very well-known piece of, would you call it literature? It's a very well-known book, and it's not like any of the book recommendations we've had, but it is interesting because it kind of touches on like psychology, strategy, human emotion. So it's an interesting one. It's not like a novel. So yeah, bear that in mind. Oh, and YNZ is from Nepal. Very cool. We've had, I think, maybe one other person from Nepal. So that's super cool. Thank you for sharing, YNZ. And thank you, Brooke, for reminding everybody to like the stream. Much appreciated, Brooke. Nicole Ferris jumps in the chat and says, "What is your favourite colour?" You know what, Nicole? My favourite colour is probably... Oh, it's tricky, right? Because people have asked me this before, and I would either say, for like clothes, I think blue... Let me zip that up a bit. Blue is a colour that works for me. But in terms of general colours, I really like green. Green is a good colour. Green, purple, and blue are my favourite three colours. Have I missed anybody? We're scrolling at the speed of light. Oh, nice. And Foxy. So if you're just tuning in, Foxy, one of our chat members, was sharing that he once got asked out by a woman. He said, "Edward, of course, mate. It took courage. We had a 2-year relationship." Nice, Foxy. Nice. And Kaylin, do not worry. I would not have... You said, "Good job, Edward didn't see. He would have killed me." Kaylin, do not worry. Never any negative vibes. It's nothing but love. And as I say, I'm really proud of the chat for being so supportive to you. And shout out to everybody watching the stream right now. And Zombie Queen says, "Even if I'm having a bad day, I never say anything about it. I just try to be loving and positive for everyone else." We know what, Zombie Queen. These streams are a place where you can share what you're going through. So honestly, if you're having a tough time, we want to hear about it, because the flip side of positivity and supporting people's wins is when people are not feeling so good, we're going to be there for you as well. So please, Zombie Queen, do not be afraid to share when you're having a tough day. Shout out to Cello, who's back in the chat and says, "Hey, good to see you, Cello. How are you doing?" And he is asking about politics. Now, we don't talk about politics here. The only two things we don't talk about on these streams are politics and religion. Now, the reason for that is because they're quite divisive topics, and we want the streams to be as open to as many people as possible. Who else have we got? No way. Chase, okay, we don't talk about religion, but this is kind of like a fun fact that's not really religion. Chase1146 says, "Fun fact, the word yo as a greeting is about 500 years older than Christ, meaning Jesus could have very well greeted his followers with a crisp yo." I'm going to fact check that after this stream, but if that is true, that's pretty funny. Brooke says, "I was going to guess you like green." Good guess, Brooke. Yeah, so the question was, what is my favourite colour? And I would probably say that green is my favourite colour. In terms of clothing, I think blue suits me, my like skin tone or whatever. But green is a general colour. I think green is a lovely colour. And purple as well. So I'm basically just choosing multiple colours, aren't you? Sudesh asks a deep question, says, "What do you do in life?" I guess that means, what do I do for a job? And the answer to that one is I work in financial services. But between you and me, guys, it kind of sucks. So I'm sorry. Please don't. I hope my boss is not watching this right now. Maybe my boss is one of the 13 people watching the stream. And if you are, I'm very grateful for the opportunities I've been given. But yeah, not feeling the vibes right now. Okay, we're scrolling and we're scrolling and we're scrolling. Xbox James says, "Semolina, no other context." Cheeky Love Goddess says, "Hold your head up, Ed." Thank you, Ms. Goddess. Always appreciated. Oh, interesting. So, the Bang Shu Paul says, "Bro, I'm rocking a Ryzen 9 9950 times 3D with a 5080 processor. Graphics card, sorry. What should I upgrade? Please tell me." Well, Debang, I actually need your advice because I'm about to buy a laptop and I need one with a good graphics card in as well. So if you've got any advice for me, sounds like you've already got a really good laptop, to be fair, from what you're telling me. So, yeah. Okay, and we are at the top of the chat. We've made it. We've made it. Cool. We've made it to the top of the chat. So just a little recap whilst we're here. If you're here for the first time, maybe you're not, maybe you're part of the regular crew, but these streams are all about good vibes, positivity, coming together from all over the world. We literally have people that tune in from all over the globe to watch these streams. And like I say, they're friendly spaces, welcoming spaces. If you're having a tough time, you can share that with us and we'll support you. And if you're having a good time and you've got some wins to share, we want to hear about those as well. And the last thing I would say before I get back to the chat is make sure you hit subscribe because we are on the road to 1,000 subs. And when we hopefully, knock on wood, eventually reach that milestone, it will be a happy day for me. If we can reach it. I know through the power of the chat, through the power of the community that one day it's achievable. But like I was telling the chat a while ago, about 3 months ago, I was in my kitchen. I just started streaming. Not just started streaming, I've been streaming maybe a week or two. And I was in my kitchen, I was doing a bit of positive affirmation, right? Like kind of manifestation. I said to myself, I was like, one day I will hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. One day I will hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I repeated it 3 times. And you know what? You've got to manifest, guys. You've got to believe it. If you can believe it, then you can achieve it. And it's literally true. If you don't think you can, if you don't think you can achieve something, it's probably not going to happen. And I believe that if I keep working hard and doing what I'm doing, and you guys keep being awesome and rocking along with me, that 1,000 subscribers is possible. And when that happens, oof, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. And it'll be a positive thing as well. It's not going to be like, oh, I'll do something and burn my house down. It's nothing like that, but I'll do something positive. Brooke says, I absolutely believe in manifestation. Yeah, honestly, I really do think that that's a thing. Now, who was it? I'm pretty sure, right? Was it Charlie Sheen or there was another actor? Oh, I'm gonna have to Google this myself after this stream. But it was someone like Charlie Sheen, right, who said they wrote down on a piece of paper next year or in 5 years or something, I will earn $17 million from a film, from a movie. And there was that literally happened for them. It was literally millions of dollars they wrote down on this piece of paper. And it happened. It came real for them, which is a crazy thing to think, right? Which is crazy to think. But it is true. I genuinely do believe in manifestation. And maybe that's why I have not really achieved many of the things I want to achieve because I've not had that self-belief. Like I was telling you guys before, one of the things I struggle with is self-confidence, is self-esteem. And you can have people like you guys are super supportive to me, which I really appreciate. And it does help a little bit when people are like, oh, no, you've got this, Edward, or you can do it. But you have to believe it yourself, right? You have to feel it. Not just hear other people say, you have to feel it from within. And that doesn't always just happen over the night. It builds over time. An interesting comment from Vic Seeks Peace. I like the username. It says, your positive thought for the week. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to hand this one over to Brooke in the chat. Now, Brooke, if you're still tuning in, I would love to know. Oh, thank you, Vic Seeks Peace. It was Jim Carrey. Thank you. So it was not Charlie Sheen. As Vic Seeks Peace said, Jim Carrey wrote an imaginary check for $10 million. It eventually happened. Yeah, that is exactly the story I was thinking about. Thank you, Vic Seeks Peace. I knew it was like an actor. I just couldn't think who. But yeah, how cool is that, right? So Jim Carrey literally wrote an imaginary check to himself. And he had it. Pretty sure he said he put it in his pocket or something for $10 million, and it came true for him because again he had that belief. He had that self-belief that one day he could make it happen. And there's a lot to be said for that. There really is. And that's honestly why as well, sometimes in life, things come to people who are not necessarily the most deserving people, but they believe it. They truly have that self-confidence that they can make it happen. And it happens for them. Okay. Oh, nice. And Foxy, there's a great offer out there. So Foxy says, everyone in the chat can have a free year membership of the Foxy Fan Club if we reach 35 likes. Now, to be honest with you guys, we've been slacking on the likes, so I know there's probably 1 or 2 people out there who've not hit the like button, and we need to pump it up a little bit because the streams are going really well, but I think everyone forgets to like, and we went from 60 likes down to 30 likes, so we've got to amp it up a little bit, everybody. YNZ says, Edward, I love you, but not in a sus way. Don't worry, YNZ. It's all good. But thank you for the love. I appreciate that. I really do. Sage says, Edward, are you proud of me? I'm not sure what the context of that was, Sage, but I am proud of you as a person who seems very friendly and kind and encouraging. So yeah, you should be proud of yourself. Oh, and Eddie showing me how little I know about computers says a 5080 isn't in a laptop, only a PC, bro. Thank you, Eddie, for that update. Shows how little I know. Oh, okay. And B Person says, have you read Oscar Wilde, Portrait of Dorian Gray? If not, try it. Think you will like it. Thank you very much for the update and for the recommendation. And to be honest with you, I've never read anything by Oscar Wilde, which is terrible because he's obviously great of poetry and literature, arguably as well. But yeah, no, I've not. B Person. So thank you for the recommendation. I will make it an effort because I'm sure my dad will have a copy of that. So I'll make it my mission to read that book. Thank you, B Person. And Rob, you've probably gone back now. I think you did go, in fact. But night to you, Rob. I hope you have a good sleep, my friend. Okay, we're scrolling down. We're scrolling. And see you later, Y and Z. Nice to have had you in the chat with us. Eddie says, Edward, want me to set up stream elements for you? And I've got Baldi's Basics in my PC, so want me to play my Roblox stream deck with that, and I will be playing on it at YouTube and recording it live on DC. Let me message you in Discord, Eddie. I definitely could do with some of your expertise, and thank you for the help offer. Really do appreciate it. Oh, and Sage says, I'm an entire month claim. I believe that is of SH. So well done, Sage. And if that's what you're talking about, then yes, keep it up, Sage. Keep it up. Do not go down the bad path, because it might seem like a short-term solution, but long-term it'll cause you pain. So well done to you, Sage. Keep up the good work. Brooke says, positive tip of the day, think the best case scenario. It's natural to think the worst that could happen, but we can train our brain to automatically think the best. You are stronger than you think. Again, this is one of those times where I wish I had that heart button. Thank you, Brooke, for the lovely positive thought. And as usual, good advice. And thank you, Jimmy Jazz, who says, guys, can you please give the stream a like? Thank you so much to everybody in the chat who supports one another, who people to the stream, who encourages people to hit the like and subscribe. Very much appreciated. W Jimmy, W everybody here. And W Nkati, who's tuning in from South Africa, she says, Dumelang di Chomi. Nkati, I'm sending you a huge hug. A huge hug. As always, good to see you back in the chat. And likewise, Red As, good to see you in the chat, Red As. And Fatima says, this heart. Fatima, what a lovely way to enter the chat. And thank you, Brooke, for saying hello to Fatima. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and listen, Eddie, shout out to you, man, because you've been an absolute gent in this chat tonight. You've been supportive to Kaylin, friendly to Sage. Love it. And we've got another piece of advice from Foxy who says, Edward, another life hack. If you write down your weekly goals in blue ink, your brain subconsciously picks up the blue colour. Do not use black ink, mate. Always blue. Interesting, Foxy. Not just a foxy face. You've got some good knowledge, Foxy. You're worldly wise. Blue ink. I will bear that in mind, Foxy. Genuinely, thank you very much. Zombie says, well, think I'm going to go. Hope everyone has an amazing rest of the day. Much love, positivity, and many thanks, excellent Edward, for sharing you with us. Oh, Zombie. Like I said, I really do wish I had a heart button. It's not fair, guys. You've got a heart button and an emoji button and stuff where you can spam it up, but I've not. So, yeah. Huge hugs to you, Zombie Queen. Thank you for being so positive. And remember what I said. If you're ever feeling a little bit down or, not feeling 100%, you can share that with us and we will not think any differently of you. So thank you, Zombie Queen, and have a good rest of your night. And I will Google that, Foxy. Thank you. Sage says, chat, I like my best friend, but she's already rejected me. But her rejecting me made me like her more to the point of obsession, and I don't know what to do. Interesting, Sage. Well, if she said that she's not into you in that way, I would not put pressure. I would just stay as friends for the time being. If anyone else in the chat has thoughts on that, but if she's given you, if she's rejected you once and that rejection made you want her more, if you want her to still value as a friend, don't push away. If you get too obsessive, because you did say made me like her to the point of obsession. So if you get too obsessive, then that will definitely push her away, both as a friend and as anything more. So tread carefully. And Carter says, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and enjoying beautiful company. Just a reminder that your only competition is yourself. Don't let anyone else pressure you. Lovely contribution in Carter. Thank you so much. I must say, you guys have been absolutely killing it in the best way possible in the chat tonight. Eddie says, Edward, I have a like PSC for general web browsing and emailing and movie or video watching, not gaming, but I force it to game and it works well, I guess. Good to know, Eddie. And I'll be curious to know what type of graphics card you have. Ezra says, hi, mate. Hello to you, Ezra. Good to see you in the chat this evening. Interesting. And talking about the use of blue, the colour blue as a way to remember things more, Foxy suggested that for writing your goals down. And Fatima says, yes, and you can also write your notes in blue to remember them better than if they were in black. So I did not know that. I did not know that blue kind of sinks into your consciousness more. So thank you to Fatima, and thank you to Foxy for sharing it. And Foxy is making the chat section the Foxy fan club section. Oh lordy. The Democratic Republic of Chatistan / the Foxy fan club. Sanjanakar. Yeah, so Sanjanaka? I'll call you Sanjan. Says, you from? Not where are you from? Not good evening. Where are you from? Just you from? I'm from England, Sanjan. And how about yourself? And Foxy is giving me the update saying 35 likes. W Foxy for the update. As always, it's been slow for me. Cheeky Love Goddess says, some things are better left unsaid, but eventually I'll get drunk to say them anyway. Ms. Love Goddess. Oh, and Sanjan says, just subbed in your live first time. Oh, Sanjana Kaka. Thank you for sharing your full name, Sanjana Kaka. Thank you, Sanjana. I will call you Sanjana from now on. And thank you for subscribing. It's nice to have you in the chat with us. And Gamesy says, hi. Oh, but hey, Gamesy has been deleted. Ah, thank you, Eddie, for the swift, thank you for the swift timeout. Brooke says, cheeky love goddess, whoa. And Fatima says, subscribe. W Fatima, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really do. And I'm looking forward to having you guys on the journey with me. Like I said before, we're on the road to 1,000 subs. It's not all a numbers game, though. You've got to enjoy the journey. And that's what we're going to try and do around here. I want these streams to be as fun as possible, as engaging as possible. And listen, if you've not voted already in the latest poll on my page, please do check that out. It's under the post section. And the question was, what do you want to see me eating in my next long form video? The choices were noodles, rice, pasta, or something else. And if it's something else, I want you to comment it below. We've had a few suggestions already, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys go for. As it stands, noodles is coming out on top, so we will see what happens in due course. And Foxy says, swift ejection for gamer. 100%. We welcome everybody in these streams. Doesn't matter what your background is, where you're from, what language you speak. I mean, obviously, it's great if you can speak English because I only speak English fluently myself. But my point is that it doesn't matter who you are, you're welcome around here, and we want it to be a welcoming place. So occasionally, very occasionally, when we get people in the chat who are not very friendly, they have to sometimes take a little nap in the timeout section. Alrighty. Cello says, I don't know how long I can stay on this live. I'm so seasick, I feel like I'm going to die. I can't keep anything down. Well, Cello, yeah, if you're feeling seasick, maybe don't stare at a screen. We love having you here, but your health must come first. So maybe, if possible, a glass of water, if I may suggest. A little bit of fresh air. Hopefully that may help your seasickness a little bit. Foxy says, 5,000 in blue ink. Yes, Foxy, you know what? I should put it on a... Do you know what I'm going to do soon, guys? I'm going to do... So listen, this is... I have it propped sideways like this so you can see the plant. But soon I'm going to do more of like a stream like this. And on the wall behind me, I'm going to put like a subs thing. On a piece of paper, just like... don't forget to subscribe. And I'm going to do a glass of water as well. So I'm going to draw a glass of water on a piece of paper. And then as we get more subscribers, we will fill the glass up. Like I'll draw more... Like, say this is the glass. And then we'll draw like a higher level on the glass. And as we get higher, the water level will get higher. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well. So many ideas that I need to put into practice. And you know what, guys, as well? Don't tell my boss this, but at some point, I don't know when, but I'm going to quit my job. Now, I'm not quitting my job because I'm like, YouTube, I'm ready for stardom. Like, I am ready for stardom, YouTube. Algorithm, just for the record, I'm ready. But the reason why I'm going to quit my job is because I need to do something more in life. And when I do quit my job at some point, I will have a bit more time for things like content, for putting ideas into practice and stuff like that. Anyway, Sanjana. So Foxy says he wants to see a rice dish, a big old rice dish. And Sanjana says try Indian food. Sanjana, that is a good suggestion. And I will definitely be eating some Indian food at some point, for sure. Dan says, yo, I'm back. The OG Dan Edits Pro is back in the chat. Great to see you, Dan. You say, yo, I'm back. Sats is kind of easy, question mark. I've got to go studying in 5 minutes. Well, Dan, as always, do not forget the studying. Make sure you make time for that. And good luck, my friend. Good luck with that. Eddie has got a little bit of gossip and says, Edward, my cousin just got with someone in my class, and he's begging it to keep between me and him and a few others. He doesn't know that we probs know the entirety of year 8 now. We're in the same year. Ah, okay, man. Got you. The old school gossip, eh? Well, listen, if he's begging you to keep between it, make sure you back your cousin up. I mean, as long as he's a cool guy and he's been friendly. Jazz has sent me a video, which I'm looking forward to checking that out. Harry Edwards is back in the chat. Good to see you, Harry. And who have I missed? Fatima says, do you come live often? Yes, Fatima, at the moment I'm doing 5 days of the week. At some point I may have to drop down to 4 days, guys, because at the moment it's really taking a little bit of a toll on me. It's not that I don't enjoy doing the lives. I love doing the lives. If I could do these lives, like Rob, who was here before, if I could do lives, like go be a streamer as a full-time job, I would love it. I've worked really hard at it, and I would try and make it as interesting as possible for you guys and try and come up with new ideas and all the rest of it. But at the moment, I'm doing a 9 to 5, and it's tricky to do my 9 to 5, to come home, try and do some exercise, to work out, to make some tea, and then stream for 2 hours. So I might have to drop down to 4 days. And the reason why I might do that as well is so I can have more time to make content. At the moment, I'm streaming for like an hour and a half, 5 days, at least an hour and a half, like 5 days a week, and that's about 7.5 to like 8 or 9 hours a week I'm streaming on top of my day job, and I'm just not finding the time to make content as well. And I really want to make more content that I can put online, so when I'm not streaming, you guys have something to watch and chill with me in that form as well. Foxy talking about the sub count says big poster with 5,000 on it in blue. You know what, Foxy? I think to make it more like manageable, at first I'll have to do like 1,000, like a glass with like 1,000. But then once we hit 1,000, then yeah, I'll show like this part of the 1,000, and then the top of the glass is 5,000. So that'd be cool, man. Have I missed anybody? Probably, but I'm doing my best to catch up. Harry Edwards, good to see you. Oh, and Fatima says, I'll be here often too now. Lovely to hear it, Fatima. Thank you so much for the support. Just for the record, I stream at 8 p.m. UK time, Sunday to Thursday. Like I said, I may unfortunately have to drop that down, drop a day at some point. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And Tam from Scotland is back in the chat. He says, hi, Edward. Good to see you, Tam. How are you doing, my friend? I know your name's Tom, but I always think of you as Tam. I hope you don't mind me calling you Tam still. Fatima says, beautiful hair, by the way. Fatima, you are a very charming lady. Thank you for the compliment. And I did wash it this morning. I've not brushed it. If I'd brushed it, poof, we'd be talking volume. We'd be talking all sorts. But it is clean anyway, so that's something. Okay, we're scrolling and we're scrolling. And Papa says, so I don't know how to read English. Sorry, everything it's not. Okay. Oh, that's a nice, hydrating, refreshing glass of H2O. Brooke says, I want to see the fluff. You know what, Brooke? Maybe I'll send you a picture of the fluff. If anyone tuning in, that's not an innuendo. Brooke's got a long-term boyfriend. It's going to be a picture of my hair, just for the record. The Impactor says, I look like Jesus. I've been called worse things, but for the record, I am not Jesus. Foxy, you are correct. Nightmare long hair. You know what? Having hair this long is much more manageable when I had like hair down to there. My hair was knotted. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I actually have like quite fine hair. Like, I've got an okay amount of it, but it's quite fine, and it would get knotted. And because I didn't want to like break it, because I didn't want to like damage the hair, like I wouldn't brush it enough, so I'd just tie it back, and then it would just be like knotted and horrible. Not good. Shout out to everyone who's just joined the stream as well. The Impact says, make me moderator. Not a chance. Honestly, not a chance. Your first time ever in the chat, and you opened with telling me I'm Jesus, and then you just demanded, thank you, everything it's not. Thank you, everything it's not, for timing out the Impactor. I hate that type of attitude, guys. We love positive vibes, friendly vibes, supportive vibes. What we don't like is people being rude and demanding. So to the 16 people watching the chat right now, watching the stream right now, W to you. And I hope, in fact, I pray that you are a friendly, supportive, encouraging, positive person. If you are, hit subscribe to join the vibe and jump in the chat and say hello. Sweet Squasher, who I believe is in the stream in the chat for the first time, says, yes, I had long hair and I was sick of it getting stuck under my arms and lying on it and getting stuck. But honestly, I do not know how women in particular like manage. Like I've said this before, when I was a kid and I'd just see girls with long hair, I'd be like, oh yeah, girls have long hair. And then when I grew long hair, I was like, oh my God, it's so much work. Like, how do women, A, manage it, and B, never complain? I've never heard women complain about long hair and be like, oh my God, it's so much brushing, or like, I've never heard that. Women just get on with it. Whereas when I had long hair, I was like, oh my God. Okay. Fox says, eye water is another life hack, Edward, as you know. Is that for hair, Foxy, or just staying hydrated in general? Oh, Fox says, my hair's thick, which had its issues when I was trying to grow mine. Got you. And you said your hair is red, right, Foxy? So I imagine it's quite like, not wiry, but I imagine you've got quite, like you say, thick hair. And Tam says, I'm okay, man, just chilling, waiting for my partner to call, but they're currently too busy drinking a slush puppy and doing work for their last uni deadlines. Fair enough. So you're taking second place to the slush puppy, but also the uni work. So that is fair enough, Tam. And I'm sure when you catch up with your partner, it'll be a nice opportunity to catch up. Fatima says, have you got any pets? I do not have any pets, unfortunately. I had a cat about 10 years ago, but he had to be put to sleep. And since then, me and my family, we couldn't hack it. We couldn't face the loss anymore. So no pets in our family. And Carter says, just a question for everyone: pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Good question. I am going to say not a hater. I'm not like, oh, it's amazing, but I've had it before and I'm not a hater of it. I'm not strictly against it. I can vibe with it, but it's got something salty to offset the pineapple. So maybe it's for myself, some vegan cheese, some vegan pepperoni. I don't often eat things like that, to be fair. I eat just like kind of like like vegetables and stuff. But the reason why I say it's not a no to pineapple pizza is because a few years ago, my friend who's also vegan, we were ordering a Domino's, and we were just like ordering between us. We were getting like a large one to share, and we were getting like various things on it. And he was like, pineapple as well. I was like, yeah, why not? Like I wouldn't have ordered it, but I was like, yeah, go on, why not? And you know what? It was all right. It was all right. And Brooke says almost at 40. Let's go. Almost 40 likes. I'm seeing 36 on my side. But massive love to everyone who's hit the like button. Sweet Squasher says, yes, I had long hair, and I was. Oh, I've read that comment already. So yeah, sweet Squasher. I know exactly what you're saying about the long hair getting all tangled up. Oh, and Fatima has two bunnies. That is super. That is super cute. So talk about women complaining. Brooke says, "Oh, I complain. I have so much hair." You know what, Brooke? I bet you. I can't see you being much of a complainer, there, Brooke. I bet it's just your boyfriend that hears you complain about that. I bet out in public, I can't imagine you being like, "Oh my God, my hair." Not that you speak like that, just for the record, but I'm just saying. Ahmed says, "Edward, can I ask a question?" Yes, you can, Ahmed, and thank you for asking permission. Baby says, "What's a slush puppy? What do you call them in America? Do you not call them slush puppies? I thought they were called slush puppies. You is it a snow cone in America? It's like ice. It's like blended ice with like a coloured, not a juice. It's like it's not a syrup. It's a very like Americans would love it. Or some Americans love it. It's trash. It's totally trash. It's like flavorings and colourings poured on top of ice. That's what a slush puppy is basically." And I swear you call it. I think you call them a snow cone in America. I think. And Foxy's hair's got darker. Mysterious Mr. Fox. Not yet a silver fox, but maybe one day. Oh, and Tam is showing love and support to to his partner. Love that, Tam. Big up to you. Um, a slushy. You call them a slushy. Oh yeah, slushy. That's it, right? Yeah, slushy. That's what they call them in The Simpsons, don't they? Or is that something else? Do they call it a slushy? I feel like they do call it a slushy in The Simpsons. As you can tell, Brooke, a lot of my knowledge of America, or some of my knowledge of America, comes from The Simpsons. Hey Tube says, "Hey, the username checks out. Hello to you, Hey Tube. How are you doing?" And apparently in Pakistan, they call it a slush in Pakistan, according to Fatima. Thank you for sharing. Tam says, "Wait, then what's a snow cone? I've never had one." Well, I thought, we call them slushies as well. What am I talking about? We call them slushies here, right? I think slush puppy is like the branded name of a slushie. But yeah, they call them in America. So Tam, you must have seen them, right? They're like the cup of like crushed ice or blended ice, and then you've got like bright blue liquid on top, or like bright pink liquid on top, bright red liquid on top. That's what a slushie is. Foxy is not too far off his Silver Fox era, but Foxy, that day is not today, so worry not, my friend. We are rocking and rolling, and we're exuding youth today, Fox. That's what we're doing. And you say Slush Puppy is on Simpsons, ain't it? I think they call it... No, it's a Slurpee. I just remembered. They call it a Slurpee in Simpsons. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Shout out to everyone that's just joined the room. We are talking about slushies. Now, in England, a slushie is a cup of blended ice with like a coloured liquid, not very healthy, poured over it. In America, they also call them slushies. And what else? And apparently in Pakistan, they call them slushes. So I don't know where you're from if you're watching this stream, but that's what we're talking about right now. Brooke says 38 likes. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. We need 2 more likes to hit the big 40. And I've got to go soon as well, guys. So let's see if we can get 2 more likes in the next 3 minutes. Can it be done? Only time will tell. But the chat has not let me down yet. So let's see. If anybody enters the room, please encourage them to hit the like button. And Carter says, honestly, slushies are delicious, especially on a hot summer day. They slap so hard. So listen, everyone around the world knows what a slushie is. Tam says, since we're talking about hair, I'm balding and I'm only 23. Feels bad, man. Bit of a meme reference in there, like it. Well, Tam, you know what? You are not alone. Underneath my hair, my hairline is receding as well. I'm older than you. But it's a lot, it's what men go through, right? And I'm sure, Tam, your partner will love you just the same. And honestly, I can't speak for women, like I've said many times before on this stream. But from having watched videos about it and stuff, for a lot of women, it's not a big deal. What's more important to women than whether a guy's got hair is, like, as I say, is he well groomed? Is he confident? Is he a good person? Is he friendly? Is he nice? Is he caring? These are things that women, from what I hear, like I said, not some sort of ladies expert, but that's what I hear that women like. Fatima says in Pakistan they put ice in flavoured syrup, and that's what we call a slush. Is that what everyone is referred to? Yes, Fatima, that is what we're talking about. Eddie says, Edward, I've never dated anyone, by the way. Well, Eddie, aren't you about 12, 13? So do not worry. You've got plenty of time for that. Do not even worry about it. What I would say, Eddie, is enjoy being young. Enjoy being young. And you know what, Eddie? Forget the dating. What I would say is keep up with your exercise. Keep up with your fitness, because dating aside, that's just going to be a really, really good habit that's going to help different aspects of your life. So if I could give myself a piece of advice, it would be get into fitness earlier and stay consistent with it. And talking about balding, so a minute ago we talked about what women like and about the fact that many women are not bothered about whether guys are bald or not. They want a guy who's like, got more to his character. And Brooke in the chat says, my boyfriend started balding at 14 years old and I still love him to death. He's actually got thicker hair now once he turned 30. Interesting. I don't know how that works, because normally balding does not go in reverse, but maybe the hair he's got is thicker. But in any case, it doesn't sound like it's important to you, Brooke, which is great to hear, honestly, because when I was younger, I used to spend a lot of time, less under my hairline, when I was less bald than I am now. I spent a lot of time, honestly, I'd spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours stressing and worrying about going bald, which is stupid, because as I say, there are more important things to worry about in life. And not that you should worry at all, right? I'm not saying for anybody to worry, but there are more important things in life to focus on. And again, if I could give my old self some advice, it would be, don't spend so much time worrying. Put the energy into something positive, constructive. And Rain says, hello, I'm Rain from the US. Good to meet you, Rain. How are you doing? My name's Edward and I'm from England. Lovely to connect with you. Fatima says, how old are you, Edward? You can guess, Fatima. You can have a guess. And Nkati says, just wondering, Ed, do you know how old I am? Now, Nkati, I feel like you said you were 19. I could be totally wrong. I could have made that up, but I think once before you said that you were 19. Let me know if that's wrong or right. And Tam says, I mean, I know other people don't mind, but it's like, come on, just a few more years. To be fair, Tam, yeah, 23 is young to be going bald. But to remember, I'm sure you can think back to school. I can remember when I was at school, there were people that were like 15 that were like already had that early recession coming in. So, yeah, it can be a cruel, cruel fate sometimes. But at least you've got a partner. That's what I'm saying. At least you've got a partner, because that will give you confidence, and that will help. You can get their perspective on stuff. And who have I missed? 2 times 2019 says hello. Good to see you. 2-time 2019. Thanks for joining the chat. And Brooke says, yay, 40 likes. Thank you so much, guys. That is absolutely awesome. 2-time says you're very cool. 2-time, you're very friendly. So W to you. Fatima says, I would think you're 24. Well, Fatima, you're making me feel very good tonight. Very good indeed. I'm actually over 30, Fatima. Sage says I've got to go in 9 minutes. And Fatima says I'm 22. I think you're like 1 or 2 years older. Well, thank you, Fatima. I appreciate that. And I think it's a combination of the light. The lighting is good. I think the iPhone has maybe. I've not got any filters on, but I think the iPhone is quite kind. And honestly, I have tried to look after myself over the years. I've not drunk alcohol in like over 8 years, and I try to drink lots of water. Try and drink lead a good diet. So that does help, I think. I'm trying to find Eddie's comment, but I can't find it. Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Yeah, I can't find it right now. I'm going to try and find it. Two time has to go. We'll see you later. Panos George Dimitriou says, WTF is this? Now, nobody time Panos. Oh, he's already timed out. Brooke already timed him out. I was going to give him a chance to not apologise, but to leave a positive comment. But the Brooke, she was on that. 2 times says, are you 26? I'm older than 26, but thank you for the comment. And Tam says, if we were guessing Ed's age, I would go 28 to 30ish. To be fair, thank you, Tam. I will take that. Hasnain says you don't look 30. Hopefully, you're not saying that I look 40. Eddie, I'm trying to find your comment, mate, but I can't. Oh, and Inkati, you recently turned 20 in April. Well, belated happy birthday to you. Maybe when you first joined the stream, you were 19, because the only reason I know that you were 19 is because you told me. So we must have missed your birthday. So belated happy birthday to you. Have I missed anybody? We're catching up in the chat. We're catching up. And Carty says, it's so nice being here. The chat is amazing. I love it here. Everyone is so friendly and kind. Hugs to you and Carty, for real. And Brooke says, I'm sorry. Don't worry, Brooke. Listen, I love it when the mods have my back. For real, I really do. And 2 times says, I have to go. See ya. Well, you know what, guys? It's been another epic stream, and unfortunately, I have to go as well. So we've hit 40 likes. It's been epic. You guys have been absolutely awesome. But before you go, let me give you all a big shout out. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Brooke. Brooke says, you know me, the manager. That's it. Manageress Brooke, if you don't mind me calling you that. Or big boss lady Brooke, if you want another one. But of course, I'm going to say a huge shout out to Brooke. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to 2 Time. Shout out to Nkati. Shout out to HG. Shout out to Sweet Squasher. Shout out to Hasnain. Shout out to Tam. And shout out to everybody I've missed, for real. Shout out to every single person that's joined this stream. I look forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like button. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to join the vibe. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Look after yourselves. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. Oh, and the last thing to share with you, if you haven't voted already, go to the post section on my channel and there's a poll there. I want you to vote. What food should I eat in my next long form video? All right. Eddie, I can't read your comment, mate. You said, Edward, I'm taking GCSE music and computing and I hit the gym when I can. I'm also learning how to make music in the synth. Eddie, for real, keep up with that, mate. Keep living a healthy life. Stay doing the gym. Keep up with your passions, your music, and all that sort of stuff. You're going to be really in a really, really good place by the time you hit adulthood. So, W, Eddie, for having all those passions. W to everybody that's joined the stream. Don't forget to vote in the poll on my channel. And I'm sending you all a huge hug. And that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. Lots of love, everybody. Take care for now. And I will see you all soon. Bye!